Hello, everyone. Welcome to our English Learning Podcast. I'm Daniel, and I am so happy you are here today.
And I'm Emma. I'm a student and I'm ready to learn. Hi, Daniel.
Hi, Emma. Today is going to be great. We are going to learn how to handle a full day in English, from waking up and eating breakfast to shopping at the supermarket and ordering dinner at a restaurant. By the end of this lesson, you will be able to introduce yourself naturally, ask for help in a store, and order your favorite meal without feeling nervous.
That sounds perfect because I always get a little scared when a waiter asks me a question.
Don't worry, Emma. We will practice everything. If you're watching on YouTube, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe so you never miss a lesson. Now, Emma, how is it doing today?
It's going pretty good. Or should I say great?
Both are good. How's it going is a casual way to ask, how are you? You can say pretty good, not bad, or even can't complain if you're feeling happy.
I like that. Can't complain. But Daniel, sometimes people ask me what's up and I don't know what to say.
What's up is just a general way to ask what is happening. You don't need to give a long answer. You can just say not much or just studying.
Got it. So if I see a friend, I can say, hey, what's up?
Exactly. Now let's talk about the morning. Emma, what is the first thing you do when you wake up?
Well, usually my alarm goes off and I want to sleep more. But then I make my bed.
Good job. Making your bed is a great habit. Then what?
I wash my face with cold water to wake up, and then I brush my teeth. It's very important for healthy teeth.
It really is. I usually drink a glass of water first because staying hydrated gives me energy. Emma, do you eat breakfast every day?
I never skip breakfast. It gives me energy for the day. Today, I wanted to make pancakes. I checked the kitchen for flour, eggs, and sugar, but then I realized I forgot to buy milk.
Oh no, that is a problem for pancakes. What did you do?
I went to my neighbor, Mrs. Johnson, to borrow some. She is very nice.
That was lucky. This brings us to a quick grammar tip. In English, we use the for specific things. Emma said the milk because she was looking for the specific milk for her pancakes. If you just see a random cat, you say, I saw a cat. But if it's your cat, it's the cat.
Oh, so if I'm in the kitchen, I say, where is the flour, because I mean the flour in my house?
Exactly. Emma, while you were making your pancakes, did you check the weather?
Yes, I used a weather app on my phone. It said, is sunny.
Wait, Emma, that's a very common mistake for beginners. In English, a verb must always have a subject. You cannot just say, is sunny. You must say, it is sunny.
I always forget that. So, it is cold or it is raining.
Perfect. Remember, if there is no real subject, we use it or there. For example, there is a shop near the station.
Okay, it is sunny, so I went for a short walk in my neighborhood. It was very quiet and peaceful. I saw some people walking their dogs and some people jogging.
That sounds like a wonderful start to the day. Now, Emma, let's practice some pronunciation. One way to improve is shadowing. This means you listen to me and then repeat exactly what I say, imitating my sound and intonation. Ready?
I'm ready.
Repeat after me. I'd like a very big beverage, please.
I'd like a very big beverage, please.
Good. This helps with the B and V sounds. For B, join your lips. For V, your top teeth should touch your bottom lip.
Beverage. That is a bit like exercise for my mouth.
It is. Different languages have different sounds, and you have to train your mouth. Another tip is to record yourself on your phone. Listen back and see if you sound clear.
I don't like listening to my own voice, Daniel. It sounds strange.
Everyone feels that way at first, but it really helps you notice mistakes. Also, watch out for minimal pairs, words that sound almost the same but have one different sound, like ship and sheep.
Ship is short and sheep is long.
Right. The vowel length changes the meaning. If you say, I want to live here, but use a long E sound, it sounds like I want to leave here. That could be a big misunderstanding.
I will be careful with my ships and sheeps.
Good. Now, let's imagine we are going to the supermarket. Emma, you are looking for pasta, but you can't find it. What do you say to the employee?
I say, "Excuse me, could you help me, please?"
Very polite. And then?
I'm looking for pasta. Could you tell me where I can find it?
The employee says, certainly. The pasta is in aisle 7 next to the sauces.
I say, "Got it. Thank you so much." Got it is a casual way to say I understand, right?
Yes, it's very common. Now, Emma, when you get to the checkout, the cashier might ask, would you like a bag for your groceries?
Yes, please. 2 should be enough.
Great. And if you need to buy vegetables, you might need to ask for a weight. In the US, they use pounds. You could say, about a pound, please. In other countries, you say, about half a kilo, please.
Okay, about half a kilo of apples, please. Daniel, I have a question about grammar again. Is it I look at the apples or I look the apples?
This is a big one. You must learn prepositions with your verbs. It is always look at and listen to.
So I am listening to music and I am looking at the menu.
Perfect. Also remember, depend on and worry about. Beginners often try to translate directly from their native language, but prepositions are usually different.
That makes sense. I will try to think in English and not translate word for word.
That is the best way to learn. Now, let's take a quick break. If you're enjoying this conversation, please leave a comment below and tell us what your favorite morning activity is. We love reading your stories.
Yes, please comment. Now, Daniel, I am starving. Can we go to a restaurant?
Let's do it. Imagine we arrive at a nice Italian place. The host asks, do you have a reservation?
We don't have one, so I say, no, table for 2, please.
The host says there is a 20-minute wait.
That's okay, we can wait. 20 minutes is not too long.
When we sit down, we ask, can I see the menu? Emma, if you are allergic to something, this is the most important phrase to know.
I know. I would say, I have a food allergy. I'm allergic to peanuts.
Very important for safety. Now, when you are ready to order, you can say, I'll have the grilled chicken, please.
And for a drink, I'll have iced tea, please.
When the server stops by later and asks, how is everything? What do you say?
Everything's great, thanks. But what if my food is cold?
You can politely say, excuse me, sorry, but this is cold. They will be happy to fix it.
And at the end, I ask for the check. Can we get the check, please?
In American English, we say check, and in British English, they often say bill. And Emma, since I'm the teacher today, it's on me.
It's on you means you will pay?
Yes, it's my treat.
That's really nice of you. I really appreciate it.
You're welcome. Now, before we finish, let's look at a few more common mistakes. Emma, how do you make a question with the verb to be?
I move the verb to the front, like, is she hungry? Or are they from Croatia?
Right, but for other verbs, we need a helper verb. We add do or does.
So, do you like chocolate?
Yes, and if the subject is he, we say, does he live in London? Never say, lives he in London.
Got it. Do and does for most verbs, but not for the verb to be.
You're doing so well, Emma. One last thing. Be careful where you put the words very much.
I know this one. I should say, I like pizza very much, not I like very much pizza.
Perfect. You are ready to go out and speak English with confidence.
Thank you, Daniel. I feel much better now.
We covered a lot today. We talked about greetings, morning routines, shopping, and restaurants. We even practiced some tricky pronunciation and grammar.
It was a busy day.
It was. Remember, making mistakes is a natural part of learning. The first step is to just keep speaking every day.
Practice makes perfect.
Exactly. Before we go, Emma, do you have any plans for later?
I think I will meet a friend at a cafe to work on a project. I just hope I don't forget my notes at home this time.
Oops, don't forget to charge your laptop too.
I won't. See you later, Daniel.
Take care, Emma. And to all our listeners, thank you for joining us. In our next lesson, we're going to talk about jobs and how to describe what you do for a living.
Don't miss it. Bye-bye.
Goodbye.